Hello there, everyone. So this is the second part of my little series about growing strawberries. And in the first one, I explained the differences between the different strawberry types, like the everbearing and the June-bearing and the day-neutral. And so in this one, I wanted to show you how I do maintenance on my strawberry bed. And maintenance includes getting out dead or diseased leaves, taking weeds out, and also trimming out runners. And I'm trimming out runners in my bed because this is a square foot garden bed, and I have it already jam-packed full of strawberries. There are 4 strawberry plants in each square, and you can see the nylon string we used to mark it off. And so I put 4 plants per square on the inside, and then along the outside edges there's only either 2 or 1, depending on where it is. On the corner square there's just the 1, because I'm going to have chives and stuff right here. And then on the outside edges there are 2 plants, and right here I have onions growing next to them, alongside of them. But anyways, when you're putting this many berry plants into such a small bed, this is 4 foot by 4 foot, you really have to keep the runners under control. And the runners are the baby plants. And because I want to keep control of this bed and not have plants growing everywhere they want to grow, then I'm going to have to trim off the runners. Now I could make new plants out of these if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that right now. This is not the best stock of strawberry plants I've ever seen, I guess, and so I'm not sure if it would do much good to make babies from it. You're supposed to choose, disease-free plants and everything, and I'm not quite sure that these are disease-free, to be honest, because some of them have the yucky leaves on them and stuff, and I'm not sure if it's like a bacterial wilt or what, but I'm going to be going through and taking off the diseased leaves, and I don't need any more of this type of strawberry. All the plants made it, and so I don't need to fill any holes or anything like that. And I was going to make runners for someone in the community, but like I said, I'm not sure if this is a disease-free stock, which kind of sucks, but just to make sure that I'm not spreading strawberry disease throughout the community, I'll probably just go ahead and clip the runners. And so the runners are these really long really long stems coming from the mother plant. Okay, this is the mother plant right here, and there's a runner. This one's a short one that just got started, but then right here is another one. They can get really long and they'll just keep growing and growing, so it goes all the way from that plant all the way out to here. And so you can see right there, that's a new baby strawberry plant, and so if I rooted that into the ground, I would have a new baby plant. And then right there is the beginning of another new baby plant. So at every node, pretty much, a new plant will come out. And so, like I said, I could propagate these at this point, but I'm not going to. Let me show you how to clip them. You go right to the base of the mother plant. I like these little clippers because they're small and they get into tiny places and they're ergonomically correct and everything. And so right there is my runner. And like I said, I could propagate that, but I'm not going to right now. I'm probably going to replace these next year. Maybe if I have the money, I want to replace them with certified disease-free plants. I thought these were disease-free plants, but maybe not. I don't know. So I guess I'll find out. And this is my June-bearing plant space, and it's also a 4x4 bed. And in here, I had a lot of them that did not make it. And so from the runners that these plants are making right now, I'm going to go ahead and let some of them make babies. And I've already pinned some of them down. And it's so bright over here, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. But some of them I pinned down right in place where I want them to go, like that one. I just put one of those U-pins in place over it, and you can see it's sprouting already. And there's another one there. It's actually part of the same runner, and I've just pinned it down in two separate spots. Okay? And then the ones, and that's just because those runners were close to the empty spots. And for the runners that are farther away, I have them in little pots. And again, I just put a little garden staple there, and it seems like the garden staple is trying to burn some of the plants, and so I've got to be real careful. And like over here, I put extra dirt over top of the U-pin so that the sun wasn't hitting the U-pin, because I didn't want it to get a sunburn or anything. But you can see right there that there's a new baby, and it's attached back to this plant. And then from there, right now, it's trying to make another baby at the end, but I'm going to cut that off. And so we're just going to make one baby off of this runner. I'll cut it right there. And so it'll keep most of its energy into the mother plant and into that baby. But then that plant right there, I've got it pinned down into the ground right there because I had an empty spot. And like I said, I'll just go through and look for yucky leaves, diseased ground leaves, old dead leaves, anything like that. Not sure if you can see that because it's so sunny out here, I'm sorry. But that's just an old leaf. So I'm just trimming out the old leaves, picking out any weeds. You want to make sure that you're on top of the weed thing, which if you're using a pretty sterile mixture in your raised beds, that's not an issue, but I actually it's not that sterile here because I got some stuff from a local nursery that ended up having weed seeds in it and stuff, so I've had to go through and pick out weeds. Like right there's one. I found the easiest way to get rid of weeds so that you're getting the whole thing is to grab it, push down, and then pull up like that. Because especially if it's dry, if you just pull straight out, you might not get all the roots. And so I push down and then pull up. And it helps if the soil is wet, because then the roots aren't trapped in the soil. But in raised beds, it's really easy to tell weed from plant. But yeah, I just trimmed off all the runners in this bed probably 2 weeks ago, and look how long the new ones are already. So this is only like 2 weeks worth of letting the runners go, and it's time to go through, and I'll go through and I'll pinch out or trim off all those runners, and I'll trim off all those brown leaves that I don't like. There's quite a few of them, unfortunately. So like I said, I'm not sure if these have a disease or not. They look relatively healthy for the most part, but then they have some that don't look healthy, some of the leaves. So I'm not real happy about that, but I'm just going to let them go, and we'll see what happens in a couple of years. I may have to, totally take this out and plant something else for a couple years, I'm not sure. But I don't really have another place to put strawberries, so it's not like I can move the whole bed or anything. But kind of doesn't make me very happy either. Okay. Well, I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you some other time. Bye. Hey guys, I forgot to add a couple things. I wanted to make sure to tell you that when you're working with your strawberry bed, you need to make sure that your plants are dry before you do any maintenance on it. So you want to make sure that it hasn't just rained or anything, because you could transfer disease from one plant to another if you work on them while they're wet. And then the other thing I forgot to mention is for the runners, it'll probably take 3 to 4 weeks for these runners to actually make roots in wherever you put them. Like this one's pegged to the ground and that one's pegged into a pot, but either way it should take anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks for it to develop a good set of roots. And for the ones that you're transplanting to another place, like this one, after it sets roots in there, you want to clip it from the mother plant. And no matter whether it's no matter whether you're setting roots in it there or there, you have to clip it from the mother plant at some point. And so after it's developed its set of roots, then you're going to take it right down here at the base and just snip it right there as soon as this one is nice and big and healthy. Okay? Sorry, sun glare, and I'm not putting the camera in the right position. So yeah, that one's probably 2 weeks along, so I'll probably wait a couple more weeks, and then when it's ready I'll follow the line back to the mother plant and I'll just trim it right there, and that will be a brand new strawberry plant all by itself. Okay, hopefully that was it. Talk to you later, guys. Thank you.